Worst days of my life. Katie Price reveals she had hit rock bottom and didn't want to go on after she turned to drink and was shamed by topless snaps at corporate do. The Loose Women presenter opens up over the cost of fame, the pressure of being the family breadwinner and what she really thinks about cosmetic surgery. Katie Price today reveals the pressures of fame left her feeling numb inside and crippled by shame after she turned to drink. The Loose Women presenter says she made a fool of herself and hit rock bottom. Katie told The Sun on Sunday, "I went through the blackest mood of my life last year. I couldn't see the point of getting up in the morning. For the first time in my lifetime seemed to slow down and I didn't feel like going on. Nothing could motivate me and I wanted to just curl up in a ball and disappear. For no reason I would burst into tears and everything felt so pointless." The candid businesswoman also admits she sometimes resents being the family breadwinner while husband Kieran is homemaker. And that she is not over his affair with her friend Jane Pountney in 2014. Katie, 38, says, "Everything was good up until last year when I hit rock bottom. Some days all I want to do is sleep or lie on the sofa. There's no oomph. I've always supported myself and earned a lot of money, but sometimes the pressure is too much. I'm trying not to dwell on the past, but I feel numb inside." Speaking about Kieran, 29, who she married in 2013, she added, "He's been my backbone during these difficult times, really and honestly been there for me. Sometimes I feel resentful about being the breadwinner, but I know there is a real value in what he does for me and the kids." Last weekend, Katie confessed to an intimate night of passion with Simon Cowell, 57, telling how she jumped into bed with him and fell in love with his hairy chest. The mum of 5 now reveals she is ashamed of her drunken antics. She is also sick of cosmetic surgery and has taken up sewing to help curb her excesses. Katie says her problems started last year after settling a court case with ex-husband Peter Andre, 43. She also published Reborn, the latest installment of her autobiography. The book retells the story of Kieran's tryst with her best friend Jane and brought back dramatic memories of the episode. Today she cannot resist mentioning that Jane has apparently put on a lot of weight and turned to the church. Katie also confesses she started drinking more last year. That led to an embarrassing scene before Christmas when she was hired to go to a heating and insulation firm's annual party in Derby. She ended up stripping down to her thong and flashing her breasts in the toilets, a low moment which was captured on camera. Katie, who was paid £13,000 to attend the do with her ex Dane Bowers, was also accused of fondling Energy Save manager Jason Rowan. She then allegedly asked his wife if he was "F me or you tonight." Speaking from her £1.6 million West Sussex home, she said, "It was the last shock. I was so low. I had started drinking really heavily. I was going out and getting into DJ boxes and singing on my own. People made fun of me, but I was in my own little world and no one could see the suffering inside. When I saw the footage of me at the corporate event, I was mortified. Do people think I enjoy that? Time and time again, I've made a fool of myself. There is so much shame." Even a holiday to Barbados exclusive Sandy Lane resort later in December ended in embarrassment when Katie again drank heavily at a friend's wedding. She added, "I couldn't even find peace in paradise." The model and novelist says she still struggles with the limelight and the physical scrutiny she has subjected herself to. She said, "I am sick to death of surgery. I've had so many anesthetics, taken so many painkillers. I'm sick of operating tables." Yet she appears conflicted, adding, "I will always have Botox and lip filler. People think I want to be glamorous all the time, but it doesn't match up with the real me. I keep telling myself, leave your body alone." Katie, who says she has not had a drink since New Year's Eve, is barefoot and makeup free in a tracksuit as she talks. In the background, Kieran is rushing around preparing their children Jet, 3, and Bunny, 2, for nursery. He also has a growing menagerie of more than 100 animals to attend to, all of which are Katie's babies. Kieran, unfortunately, does not share his wife's passion. He recently attempted to learn horse riding, but it ended in a fall and a damaged knee. Katie clearly delights in her huge family. But it is talk of her eldest Harvey, 14, which always makes her face light up. She said, "Obviously we've been through the whole trolling thing, which is horrible. But Harvey is just so cool and funny and completely obsessed with frogs and trains. I would still like his dad Dwight York to be in contact with him, but who knows if that will happen." Kieran has spoken recently about adopting Harvey. "Part of me likes the idea, but part of me is scared of Harvey not being completely mine." Katie bought her 9-bedroom detached country pile from former Tory MP Francis Maud. and there is a sense she is struggling to cope with the massive property while feeling so emotionally overwhelmed. As she approaches her 40s, there is also a sense she is searching for something more fulfilling. She said, "I want to build my empire again, but when I'm depressed I have to step back and let others do it. It doesn't work." She talks of opening a beauty salon in her home. But it is a far more unexpected hobby which brings her most peace. She reveals, "I love sewing. I've got 3 machines and I've made curtain pelmets for the kids' rooms." Still, there is also a sense she would never give up the limelight. Katie adds, "I tell myself, you are going to lose everything if you don't start changing things." By Sharon Hendry. The TV star was forced to call in an exorcist after hearing ghost noises in her home. Katie noticed strange sounds in the £1.6 million timber-framed house after she moved there in 2014. She revealed, they were haunted noises, like people walking about. Then one day there was a really unusual smell coming from Bunny's room, like the smell of a cigar being smoked. I googled it and discovered that ghosts can take the form of smells. The last straw was when Junior woke suddenly and I found him bolt upright in bed screaming he'd heard a ghost. I called in an exorcist who brought lots of crystals into the house. She said someone previously died there. Katie bought the 9-bed pad in West Sussex once owned by ex-Tory Minister Francis Maude to make a fresh start with Kieran after he cheated on her. She has contacted the Maude family to ask if they knew of a death in the house.